morning, or wherever the heck you're watching this from, whatever time you're watching it from. It's Biggerhoff 17. We're in the GTR broadcast booth because it is a new season here for college football. And we had our opening game, last night, 2 nights ago? It was, who played? Hail State?
Florida, nope, not Florida, Penn State.
Right.
And South Carolina.
It was one of the big three. Penn State played South Carolina, and that was a very convincing victory for Penn State. Now tonight we got one of the other big threes. It's Georgia Southern versus Cal, one of your foes.
Yeah. Real quick before we do get into the matchup preview, I just want to bring their attention to, we had two more user games in week 0. Washington State defeated Army on the road 54-13, and Oklahoma State defeated Rutgers 57-23. So two very dominating wins for the Big 12 to start this year off over teams from the northeast.
Congratulations on those, everybody. All right, so we have a screen share. I'm gonna go see it because I'm not looking at it yet.
Yeah. But yeah, Cal, it's a shame. He got scared and ran off to the ACC.
No, that was his decision. I don't think that's on him.
No, we're just kidding. California has been our main rival throughout this whole ordeal. I believe we posted a record of 5-2 against them so far. They did get the last one, though, in the Big 12 title game off of a tip pass that was just so much fun. In this very stadium, I believe. So,
yeah, we are in Vegas, home of the Raiders for Cal. It's a home game for them, I guess, in a sense. They are the home jerseys.
Yeah, well, I see a lot more navy and white than navy and yellow. Well, there's some navy and yellow.
Yeah, it's pretty half and half. The fans travel well for both the Eagles and the Golden Bears. Top 10 matchup as well.
It is. The Vegas Kickoff Classic. That's a nice logo they got for this event.
Legion Stadium. Well, kicking off will be Georgia Southern as Cal gets ready to return the opening kick of season number 8, 7?
I think it's 8. This is the 2031 years, I was informed. And we have
Turf Tech has joined the sidelines, so we'll hear from him, I'm sure, in a little bit. What's up, Turf?
What up?
All right, deep into the end zone, Cal's going to let it sail it over his head. We will begin this game and this season from the 25-yard line. Buster Cherry, I know you see from California, Tavares, very California name, a junior versus the senior. Both tremendous throw power.
Yeah, and we saw Tavares come into his own last year, taking the spot. Well, actually, this is Tavares' first year, as last year was Ming's last at the helm of California. So he gave the Bears 4 good years behind the helm.
Also the first matchup between these two ever.
Forever.
Shotgun. There's your handoff out to the left. He'll get
we played in the playoff once.
Carry. Oh, playoff matchup that I'm sure went to the Eagles.
He did.
He's been in every championship.
Besides the last one.
Besides the last one.
Which I'm sure is a motivating factor for him and the Georgia Southern football program this year to get back to that national championship game.
Yeah, technically the winning streak is over, so they haven't won a game yet this year. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers for the Golden Bears here on second down. Looks quick throw, slant over the middle, and that's first down. Gets out to the 44, still in their own territory. No huddle.
First down, as our good buddy Butters would say.
That's right. More in the empty backfield, more defensive line shifting by Georgia Southern.
Yeah. Shout out to Butters. Shout out to Minnesota. They got a big game this week hosting number 2 Florida.
Yeah, that
so good luck to the Golden Gophers and the Gators.
That game's actually going on right now.
Oh, is it?
Minnesota's up 14-0 after the first quarter.
Is it actually?
Goes it away, gets brought down, and it's going to fall to the turf. So we'll have 2nd and 10, almost sacked.
So yeah, Minnesota having a big performance early in that one, but I mean, if you look at Cal, they're not that far behind Georgia Southern in terms of talent. But obviously this D-line for Georgia Southern has been their trademark, and that's going to continue to prove tough for everybody that lines up against them.
Shotgun with the tight end, throws out to the right. Almost was going to get picked off, but he's brought down for a 2-yard gain. Very DeSoto out there on the tackle.
I do like these white helmets. I recently took over
agility.
Georgia Southern in one of my other dynasties and did not realize they had white helmets, so I might have to rock those a couple times.
Yes, they came out a little later on towards one of the final updates he gave us. More empty backfield on 3rd and 8. I think you got to get the first down here. Not sure you're going to go for it. Maybe they will.
You got to pick up at least 5 yards to think about going for it here. Realistically.
Man in motion, bringing lots of defenders in motion. Aha! The linebacker for Georgia Southern. Running the show out there. There's a quick throw out to the outside. 14 again. He's brought down, but he does get it up for the first down.
First down. Big for Cal there to pick up that. This quarterback right now sitting, he has a little bit of a Jalen Daniels or a Jaden Daniels. Jalen's the Kansas quarterback. Jaden Daniels aura to him, doesn't he, with the number 5 jersey number.
You see Tony Sosa. Well, on my screen, I get Tony Sosa. You may not have that on YouTube.
Yeah, Ali's lining up in a Wildcat. A little bit of copycat from Georgia Southern here.
Oh, we have the rare case where the YouTuber is also the streamer. So, yes, that's what we're seeing. Pitch out to the right. No gain. I mean, the Georgia Southern defense has been all up on the run defense. They've only given up the 2 third down passes for first.
Yeah, I'd look for Cal to try to exploit that a little bit. You want to keep this ball in the air. You got to keep it out of the box, though, because this, like we said, this front 7 for the Eagles is very strong, and it's where they win a lot of ball games on the defensive side.
Cushing is the name of that wide receiver, number 14 for the Golden Bears. That's who you've seen catch the ball thus far. 2nd and 10. Tavares looks to hand, but no, he throws on the RPO. That's going to be another first down to the tight end. That is the tight end, I believe.
First down again, yes. That is a RPO there, getting it to the sidelines. I think that's where Cal's going to have to live today. Their receiving room is very talented. They're going to have to get it out wide towards the sidelines and let their receivers make plays in open space because, like we said, yep, there it is right
down
there.
In the backfield that time, 3-yard loss. That wasn't the tight end. 85 is a slot receiver.
It's going to be really hard to get. What are they feeding that kid? Good golly. Look at 97.
He just came right through there.
Is that Brock Lesnar in pads? That might be Brock Lesnar. So now we know what he's been doing for the past couple of years since he was blacklisted from the WWE.
That was a helmet pop away from Jadeveon Clowney.
Okay, well, I think that shows where Cal's going to have their success today, and that's going to be through the air.
Coming out in the stacked set, 2 receivers to both sides, lined up behind one another. Looking to throw out of the shotgun, throws deep, man covers, but he cuts the route, and it's picked off by number 6. Brought down, he gets a number of yards, going to be at the 29-yard line.
It's not how you wanted to see that drive in if you're a Cal fan, as the quarterback is very upset. The receiver might have ran a wrong route or something, but
a very glitchy interference, I think.
Yeah, very glitchy looking animation as that safety was able to jump the route there.
But here we are setting up Georgia Southern now, coming out to start in the Wildcat, the Wild Eagle, we'll call for them. Tony Sosa takes it himself, gets a couple of yards through the middle, 4 yards exactly.
Sosa, the senior running back from down in the bayou of Louisiana.
He's been a starter on this team for a while. It's amazing he's stuck it out. Could have been a draft pick this year. Decided to come back for his senior season. Doing mom the favor as we broadcast here on Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This is a very special day for them.
Another Wildcat set here as we got a man in motion. Sosa's going to keep it again. He's going to follow a blocker out wide. He's got a first down and more. Gets towards the sideline before he's brought down by number 8.
Yeah, I think if you're Cal, you're going to have to find a way to stack some men on the edge of the line and contain Sosa. I know it's a hard ask, but you've got to figure a way to keep him to the inside shoulder.
Now we're in a double tight end power I set. A toss out to the left. That's a big boy, number 34. He's going to get a few yards, 7.
And I know that that is not necessarily a good play, but it's a good play for Cal to keep him to the inside. Because like you saw there, when he has to stop and cut up in, that's costing him some time that may allow one of these defensive guys to break through and make a play.
I mean, he could have broke that first score had the defender not gotten over there.
Yeah, but I don't want to underestimate that block from 75 there, though. Look at this line, just all stars across the board. I'm pretty sure every person on this team is a star.
Western Cherry at the shotgun is going to scramble out to the right. Throw almost picked. Falls at the feet of the defender for Cal, but Western Cherry hit as he threw.
Yeah, every player on the Georgia Southern offense is a star.
And Cal, like you said, talent's not that far off. They have some studs on that defensive front, namely their defensive end and their tackle, number 70.
Look at number 42, the big tight end. Georgia Southern beefed up a lot this offseason.
Pitch out. There's the receiver on the jet sweep. Finds the first down before he's hit again by the corner. Corner's having to make a lot of plays for the Golden Bears here.
You know, it's never a good thing. You want the majority of your tackles to come from your linebacking group and your D-line group.
Georgia Southern reported to have expanded their playbook this offseason after that playoff loss. They went back to the drawing board and implemented some new things here. So, brand new season for Buster Cherry and the Georgia Southern offense.
Whatever will they do, right? Whatever will they do.
Receiver comes in motion. That'll bring one to the right, but here's the handoff. New running back, Paris. There's that Parrish, number 10.
Yeah, that's just the type of thing that's going to happen when you're playing the big three that we have so dubbed, Georgia Southern, Florida, and Penn State. Sometimes you're going to call the right defense. They're going to just not have the talent to execute what you call, and that's one of those instances right there.
Quick offensive play calls by both these teams, and there's a pass to the running back. One man to beat, breaks off the tackle, crosses. There's the first touchdown for Georgia Southern here in Season 8. We'll do a little dance. A little shimmy shimmy. Makes the woman in Cleveland go nuts.
Georgia Southern on the board first. I don't think that this was unpredicted, but a shame that for Cal fans that you had all that momentum, you throw the pick, and then little to no resistance on the defensive end.
Georgia Southern was giving up a few yards before they did pick off Tavares. So I would look to see Cal move the ball again here, which they did in a variety of ways. Looks like the last game, the time of possession was a little out of whack for the teams that be winning. DeSoto playing center field. We got the option. It's going to get pitched. He beats DeSoto, brought down for a 6-yard run by Leo Jamison.
Yeah, Leo Jamison making a play there. He is, over the offseason, he has developed a really big interest in reading about World War II. Specifically Nazi Germany, so he's got some book smarts for the off season. Took a course in that at Georgia Southern, and he's a lot smarter.
Frank Solly on the carry here, number 34.
Sorry, I'll get away from the coaching staff. My bad.
Oh my!
Tavares throws, got a man deep, wide open, number 80. He's got nothing left but a touchdown to score. There it is for Cal. Gets the man over the top. Snuck one by Hendricks, number 80. Now Cal can tie it up with the kick.
Seems like that was just blown coverage there. The deep safety that was supposed to be covering took a step, and that in this sport, at this point in the Dynasty, that's all it costs. That all it takes to get you is a step.
Let's go on down to the sideline reporter after that tying score. What's it like down there?
Yeah, I was just on the Georgia Southern sideline, and the defensive coordinator had to replace a headset. He was not happy with the safety there. He told him to watch the deep ball going into this game, and first attempt, he bid on the fake. So
Georgia Southern now takes over from the 16 after trying to return that kickoff. Eagles on the return for the Eagles. Empty backfield to start this 1st and 10, to start this drive off. There's the beefy tight end, number 42. Cherry looks, throws to the right. There's an open man. And it's caught. Now we're just going to trade blows.
All right, well, we're back to square one if you're Cal.
Number 9. His first catch of the year is a score.
Mikey Wolf. Oh, the Florida native. That's got to hurt those Gators fans and those Bulls fans that are watching. That's got to hurt their hearts a little bit.
There's a lot of schools in Florida, though, are hurting them for not having him stay in state.
Yeah, Georgia Southern, they do pull a lot of good recruits, obviously, from all across the world, but they pull good recruits from Florida, as they are actually closer to Florida geographically than the epicenter of the talent in Georgia, at least, that being Atlanta.
Kick off is up, and it is deep, and Cal's going to take it back to the 25.
So what's going on in that Florida-Minnesota game? Can we get an update?
Yeah, it is 21 of 14 Florida at half.
Interesting. Well, California with the ball again after they just scored the tie it up is going to have to try and do the same thing. Double tight end set, power I. DeSoto moving himself back to the middle of the field. There's the handoff to Ali and gets 2 yards before he's brought down. 7 yards on his 4 attempts so far. Not exactly the average.
Example, the defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Another man in motion. Empty backfield for Cal.
They'll change the pre-snap look now.
Making the changes from the 27. Barris looks. He still has the ball. He's going to scramble. He gets rid of it right as he had pressure. Smart play. He doesn't lose any yards. But he got open in time before he had to get rid of that football. Hail State.
3rd and 8. No, I mean, there's not much that hasn't been said already. Yeah.
Tavera is now barking orders, getting the players to get their assignments. One more time from the empty backfield. They've been in this spot 2 other times and have gotten the first down. This time he throws again, and it's knocked away. Isaiah Dobbs was the intended target.
Yeah, they'll throw a lot of pressure at you, Georgia Southern, and run man down the field because they know they got the personnel to cover everybody. So they'll run a lot of pressure, blitzing linebackers and all that types of stuff.
4th
down,
ready. We're punting. There's Eagles, who tries to get some space but loses yards on the punt return. Josh Peters on the tackle. How many number 9s they got on these teams?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of 9s.
And we got a TV timeout for some depth chart adjustments. Making a tight end change here on the, as you see the substitutions running onto the field.
He's got 4 tight ends that are the best.
85, he's got in there now. Looking the pitch on the option. Georgia Southern's bread and butter. They get to the outside. Enough for the first before he gets hit out of bounds. That was Paris on the carry. There's an average of like 2 attempts, 20 yards.
Making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Going back to this option, something that Georgia Southern hasn't done as much as they used to in the past. There they are on 1st and 10 from their own 44. Mr. Cherry making more adjustments.
From the shotgun.
He looks to throw the ball. He's got some protection, now some pressure. Tries to scramble around, and then he also has to throw it away here. Hasn't been able to get comfortable in the pocket. One thing Cal has done well is give Buster Cherry nothing to throw to, giving their D-line extra time to get down into the backfield.
This feels like a must-stop for Cal at this point in the game.
2nd and 10, down by a score. 2.5 left in the half. There's your man in motion. Wolf scored down the touchdown just a little while ago. Looks to throw deep again. He got 2 guys that chase him down, but it's going to go into the Georgia Southern receiver's hands. Number 23 comes down for the long touchdown. All or nothing with Buster Cherry, isn't it? Heisman pose, huh? Heisman pose out of the one play this guy has seen so far today. That's going to put the Georgia Southern Eagles up 21-7. 14-point lead here with just over 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Turf Tech, what's it like down for the Cal Golden Bears?
Yeah, the coaches are just stumped here. They had 2 guys back there, and the speed of this Georgia Southern offense is just throwing fits for them. They don't know what to do back here on the back end.
I mean, it definitely seems like a talent issue.
Yeah, well, it's not a it's not a play call issue, at least in my eyes.
Play clock running down. The Golden Bears come out in double tight end set. That's going to hand the ball off to Ali. He's going to run right into a brick wall. Number 97 again on the hit for the loss. Pope. I have a Pope on my team.
You have a Pope from your country now, actually. Your home country.
Yeah, it's true. First United States born Pope. There's another throw to number 14 who gets open in the seam, and he gets a long play before he's brought down. Gets over midfield, and the 2-minute warning has approached. Cal's got to score. They have to kick off at the half, so
you got to get points here.
empty backfield again for Tavares. Double safeties back for Georgia Southern. 4 down linemen. Got to find that open space in the field. There's the throw out to the right, number 85. That speedy receiver breaks on the inside, breaks 3 tackles, and then he's brought down at the 24-yard line as Cal is trying to score here before the end of the half.
That is a grown man grabbing that ball.
Yeah, it's quite a stride there. Very fast. Kind of a Wes Welker-y guy. More empty backfield here in the shotgun. There's the slant, but it's knocked away as the Georgia Southern linebacker sat and waited. I don't know what Tavares wanted his receiver to do. Threw it right into traffic. They're going to flip it. Coming from the right hash mark this time. Minute 39 left in the half. 2nd and 10. Barris making sure he gets it right. And he looks to throw. He's got a man to the seam. Oof, close to pass interference again, but Leo Jamison on the deflection prevented that score. They play with fire on that Georgia Southern defense. So far, it hasn't burned them.
Exciting to see would anybody come up with it once it was in the air.
Cal looking to try to take advantage of that man coverage down the field, as Hail State mentioned earlier. Haven't seen a halfback in about 3 minutes of offensive play.
Yeah, no, this 5 wide has been very successful for Cal.
There's another throw to the right, deep side, 89. Caught in between 2 Georgia Southern players. And Tavares has his 2nd touchdown throw of the day. That's going to, with the kick here, that will bring Cal within 7. They have to kick off here, and depending what happens in the next minute 32, they will have to kick off to start the second half. 6 plays in under a minute.
Now they get set to kick it away.
Is Cal creating the blueprint to get through this Georgia Southern defense?
I don't know. It seems like 5 wide has been their kryptonite so far in this game.
Well, now Georgia Southern has plenty of time to answer back and go up by 2 scores again. Cal's lucky. Maybe they catch a turnover and can turn this game around. Coming from Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. Neutral site, but definitely a West Coast game.
I don't think there's any reason for Georgia Southern to get too cute and stray too far away from what they've been doing.
There's jet sweep. That's going to be an open run. Yeah, he cuts back inside. Another block downfield, and he's going to spring free Ambrose. I think his name is 26. He's going to score on the opening play of that drive.
There's not much you can do if you're not one of these big 3 teams on the defensive end. Realistically, you've just got to hope that you can turn them over once and chew clock. So it's hard.
Well, Georgia Southern now up by 2 scores again very quickly. Still a lot of time in the rest of this half for Cal to answer back. Another one out of the end zone for the Georgia Southern kicker. Yeah, 5 rushing attempts for 50 yards. 5 rushing attempts for Cal for 7.
Yeah. Look at UTSA, Raymond, trying to get their swagger back after their coach left.
Yeah, beating James Madison of all people.
Ranked number 14th in the country to start the season off.
Tavares throws underneath. He's got 89, the tight end. Gets the first down on the soft coverage. There's going to be no huddle here. Remember, the clock stops after the ball crosses for a first down until they set the sticks. Saving a little bit of time. More 5 wide. Tavares looks, throws quick, and the slant's knocked away. It looked like he got hung up a little bit on the other defender. Had he had that extra step, could have been a step freer. It's a game of inches, and there's an example. 250 passing yards for the Eagles, 199 for the Golden Bears, and that's just here in the first half, which is not over. Morris takes the snap from the shotgun, scrambles out towards the right, trying to find a man wide open. He finds nobody, throws the ball, but gets hit as he does. He and the ball both hit the turf for an incompletion. Big hit by 99 into the shoulder, into the chest pads. Tavares. Run of the auto flip in 2025. 3rd and 10 from their own 39. Going to get over midfield with this throw here as Tavares looks left, but he throws right. And at the sideline, he finds his halfback, Frank Ollie, for the sideline catch and the first down.
Yeah, big play there. Great ball placement there by the QB.
And a timeout called by the Cal offense.
They get a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
The Golden Bears with 1st and 10 here. Quarterback pre-snap adjustment snap for this defense.
Georgia Southern bringing their safety back to the middle of the field. Looking for the wide open man. He finds one somewhat open. There's number 9. He brings it in on the hit. With no huddle, he'll take 1st and 10 from the 23. Way to hold on to that football, young man. Tavares calling the shots at the line of scrimmage here. The Golden Bears need to score before the half. He's going to scramble. Runs right, throws left. He completed it. Gets some positive yards, but not enough for the first. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Calls their second timeout. 1 remaining here.
Yeah, I think he might have been better if he would have just tucked and ran that.
The tight end picks up a nice gain.
From the 18-yard line, there's the quick throw RPO, but not really an RPO. It's just a quick screen throw, but almost picked off. And that is the danger against the man on these short screens, is these guys can jump the route somewhat easier, especially if you play it up near the line of scrimmage. 4 down linemen again. There you see Major moved from the free safety into another strong safety slot, strong down the right. Another line move by Georgia Southern as Tavares now looking to throw over the middle. There's his man, number 9. Gets the completion inside of the 5, or at the 5-yard line for a first and goal. We're still going to go no huddle. 19 seconds. Clock is ticking. 1 timeout remaining for Cal. There goes Tavares. Now he's going to scramble towards the middle. Gets to the goal line and scores. Cal Golden Bears now pulling within a touchdown to end this first half. 13 seconds still on the clock. So, we saw them score 1 play on their last possession. So Georgia Southern here in 13 seconds is plenty of time to do some more damage.
Yeah, well, first of all, you gotta stop them in that 13 seconds, and then you gotta come out at halftime and just hope and pray that maybe you can get a stop.
Would have tried to maybe kick it off so they'd have to return it, but it'll be a fair catch. They'll save those seconds and get out to the 25. Pretty even passing for both teams today. All right, Georgia Southern now in a shotgun. Stacked wide receivers spread out wide. Mr. Cherry now dropping back, throws deep to the right. It's a track meet, and he's got it again. Scores again on 1 play. Thomas, number 23. Just lightning quick down that sideline. 6 for 8 for 325 yards just in the first half. 4 seconds. Cal has 4 seconds to do something with it.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that, honestly.
I would love to have a player that caught the ball the way that he just did.
And I'd love to have a quarterback that would put it there.
Well, that's the easy part. Long kick, fair catch, 25-yard line. 1 play before the half. And after that play, I'm sure we'll get down to the sideline and find out what Coach Turptek has for us.
Yeah,
but
that
man.
was, the Cal coaching staff is just, they don't know what to do. The head coach is kind of mad at the D coordinator there for not calling a prevent defense. So there's some button heads here on the sideline about the type of play call right there.
Well, from the Wild Bear now. Oh, the reverse pass receiver. Does he have him? He does. It is knocked away. I mean, it wouldn't have been a score anyway, but what an attempt there by Cal to get something at the end of the half. 35-21. Georgia Southern going to take the ball back. Hail State, well, I mean, what do you do if you're Cal? You got to kick off and down 2.
Yeah, I think you just run prevent.
Just run prevent. I mean, you're going to get a lot of runs if you do that.
I mean,
Georgia Southern's bread and butter.
You're either picking a 75-yard jet sweep to the house or a 75-yard forwards to the house. So at this point, you just kind of pick.
There you see the standings. Very little talk about Penn State, Washington State, or 1-0. That's your media poll top 5 so far in the preseason. Georgia Southern, Florida, your top 2 teams. You shared Florida was up 21-14 at last check for at the half of that game. Turf, do we have another update from Florida? From Minnesota, that is?
Going to 4th quarter to 24-24.
Interesting.
Really? He must be playing like
somebody else playing.
I don't know what the deal with Florida is, but that's wow.
There's been a lot of talk about Florida playing. They've got like 8 punters on their team this year. They're playing a lot of them. So.
Interesting handoff. Sosa goes out to the right. Oh, we got a flag on the field, and it looks like this will be coming back for a hold. Yep, right guard James Bergen caught for the hold here. So 2nd and 16.
Well, this is probably going to be your best shot to get them off the field this drive. So you gotta take it.
Best thing to do is get a turnover, put them in some passing positions. You know they're going to pass. At least try to beat them to that mark down in the field. They're not that creative with the throws here, but they complete them. Mustard Cherry does have an empty backfield on 2nd and long. As the play clock starts to wind down, he looks to the right, and now he's going to run to the right, back to the left, getting chased to the end zone. He throws it away. He saves from getting sacked in the end zone for a safety. It'll be 3rd and 16.
3rd and 16. You've got to get this stop here if you're Cal.
If you're stopped and you're Georgia Southern on this play, you're going to go for it?
No.
But you're Georgia Southern. You're not you.
Well, if I was Sauce, I would probably go for it. But I mean, I'm me, so
well, making a lot of changes here. Now the ball is high. Buster Cherry looks right, throws right, has a man one-on-one, but it's knocked away. Number 8 finally getting a defensive play that's not a tackle. Able to do what he does best and knock those passes away. Went through the hands of the wide receiver for Georgia Southern. 4th down and 16, and they are going for it.
This close to his own end zone.
Fourth and 16, hikes it, throws it over the middle. He got his man, but not enough for the 1st down. Cal's going to take over from the Georgia Southern 32. Ricky Callaway on the big hit here. The corner out of California. Well, you're up by 2. You can take that kind of risk, I guess. 4:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time, plenty of game left. So Cal with a little bit of life here, coming out in the wild bear formation. And in motion. Alley's going to pitch it, and he's brought down to the backfield, loses 2 yards. Raphael Tinsley on the hit for Georgia Southern, the senior from Louisiana. As they say in Georgia Southern, we in those living rooms.
The living rooms are a place where he thrives, for certain.
Coming back out to the empty backfield as Tavares now flips the play, puts his receivers to the left, majority. Second and 12. After the snap, Tavares looks right, got his man right, double covered, and he throws right into the hands of the Eagles safety, and that gives the Eagles the ball back here from their own 15-yard line.
Unfortunate.
Now Georgia Southern back into their Wildcat formation. And Sosa's going to keep that one again. He'll get tackled in the backfield. Now we just want to run clock for Georgia Southern. You have 8.5 minutes left in the game. We got to get to a lot of that. Sosa again takes the direct snap in the Wildcat, tries to get something up the middle. He gets a couple of yards, 4 yards, brings it up to 3rd and 8. We're on 17.
Sorry, I'm metaphorically in the living rooms on my phone right now.
Another option play here. Buster Cherry pitches it out right. Got the quick feet, number 10. He gets the 1st down. Harris again. Harris widely becoming a fan favorite here for Georgia Southern. Tony Sosa still the man supreme, though. There's another handoff, and he'll get 5 yards. Comes from Nevada, so this is a home game for Paris. His first game.
Yeah.
Invited the whole clan down here in Vegas. Now the Cal Golden Bears making a lot of adjustments on their defense, trying to make the stop here. 2nd and 5. Tony Sosa up the middle with the handoff. Gets lots of yards and more. Gets over midfield even to the 45. 52 yards on his 6 attempts. Halfway through the third period, the Toronto Maple Leafs are down 1-0 to the reigning Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers.
And the Eagles are going to keep this drive.
Oh no. I do want to point out a kind of a crazy stat. Right now, the preseason Heisman rankings, the 2 South Carolina running backs are currently 1-2.
Picked off. Sorry, Kyle just picked off Buster Cherry on their own 1-yard line. Ricky Callaway again. Big play. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but...
Yeah. So, Cal with some life here again.
And from their own 1-yard line, they're going to go 99 yards.
Sure would be a good time for one of those bombs that he's been saving. Or that.
Tried to run it, and it's going to be a safety. They'll advise run through the middle, and Ali is brought down to their own end zone. That's 2 more points for Georgia Southern, and they'll be getting the ball here. They're still playing the Cal song.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch.
37-21. 16-point lead right now. It's a 3-score lead now. Where Cal has a lot more work to do just because of that safety.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive.
Cherry now throwing way deep. Has 2 men down there, and it's knocked away. Almost picked off again. Taking a lot of chances, Buster Cherry is this game. Not his normal habit, but today he just really wants it to get downfield. 3 tight ends as we're in the shotgun. Buster Cherry looking to run the option. There he pitches it. There's a flag. I don't know if I'd take the flag here. Yeah, it'd be 3rd and 10 if you decline it.
So the offense obviously will decline the penalty.
And they do. It'll be 3rd and 10. 2 holding calls on the Georgia Southern offensive line.
Defense figures to bring pressure here.
Ferris in the backfield from the shotgun set. Buster Cherry takes the snap. Throws, finds a man by the seam, and that's... Is that going to get him a first down? It does. Wow, that wasn't quite enough, but it gets over the first down mark. At the 39-yard line, quick huddle. Harris now takes one move to the middle and meets a few Golden Bears, but not before getting a first down. That's his 4th carry of the day. There's 42 yards already. You see Ali just embarrassing, throwing him up there.
And the Eagles begin a new series here. 1st and 10.
Tony Sosa back in for the Wildcat formation. There is a tight end in motion. The handoff. Oh, Sosa keeps it, runs out left. There's hardly anybody there. He's at the 25. That's where he's brought down to the 23. I thought he was going to break it for more.
I thought he was too.
I'm calling the best of the biz for nothing, folks.
Yeah, Sosa has some big competition this year in the running back world of college football.
Double tight end. There's the pitch out to the right. Power back for Georgia Southern. He'll lose a yard on this carry. Joshua Santucci makes the hit, the linebacker.
How Italian do you think that guy is?
Yeah. Might know him.
I might know him.
By the way, where I was going to say it earlier, the number 8 corner out there made a few plays. Number 8 sacred here. That was Aaron Rodgers, who's quarterback for Cal.
Yeah, it was.
Sosa kept it, but he's brought down for a 5-6 yard loss.
That will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Put your 4s up, Cal. This is it. If you're going to make a move, you better make it here.
Can we get another update on the Florida-Minnesota game?
The last I've checked, it was 28-28.
Wait, it was 24 or 24.
How did it get from...
Wrong score.
I feel like
Wrong
Turf's
score.
making these up.
27-27.
27-27. They're kicking field goals down there.
I was looking at the wrong game. Wrong game.
Well, Buster Cherry has the man in the backfield, but it's going to be another pass. He's going to scramble to the right. Has one man throw two in the middle. It's picked off by the safety from Cal. There's the turnover they needed. Brings it up to the 20, and he's brought down at the 18. Cal with yet another chance to try to make this a game.
Yeah, but you got to score quick here. I mean, you got to get two two-point conversions.
2 picks thrown by Buster Cherry today. Very un-Buster Cherry-like.
Is the cherry being busted tonight?
I mean, we're still up by 16, so it's not going crazy. Tavares has 2 running backs behind next to him now. The play clock winding down, 4:50 left in the fourth quarter, and we're going to get a handoff. 4 yards on the carry. That will keep the clock moving. I don't know if that's the play call. I mean, it's first down, I get it, but like you said, you got to score quick. You got to get downfield. Oh boy.
Game makes it second and medium.
It looks like the Panthers have scored again, going up 2-0 against the Maple Leafs. Throw out to the right. There's number 14, their star receiver here for Cal. And he'll get a first down. I mean, I like the play call better there. He has one man to beat. If he beats that man, there's a good chance he can go all the way or get a large chunk of yards. So.
And keep taking those shots downfield.
The guys up front lined up.
Now we're at the 33-yard line, empty backfield.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun.
Good protection here for Tavares as he has time to throw the ball. He finds number 89, almost broke away. That's the tight end. If that's his receiver on that route, he's gonna run past him. But the tight end gets brought down for a 7-yard gain. Ben Johnson.
Swallowed whole there by number 40, the middle linebacker, taking Errol Thompson's number.
Shifting again. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments.
Tavares taking his sweet time calling these routes, calling these plays at the line of scrimmage. Does waste a lot of time. Finds his receiver over the middle. That's a catch over midfield. We get to the 41 before he's brought down. We're going to go no huddle. You see 3:20. When they got to the line of scrimmage, 3:20. Watch how much time he clicks off. 5 seconds so far as they're calling out the plays. 7 seconds before they hike it. There's another play. Oh, pass interference or a hold. I'm not quite sure. It was a pass interference call. I mean, he caught the ball anyway, but.
Big play.
Brings him inside of the 20-yard line. 3:09 left in the game. Cal's got to get over the goal line. Turnover here, and you can start the bus.
And they might have provided it.
Ooh, they almost threw a pick on that earlier in the game. He tried to sneak it by that time. They completed it, but to no gain.
Got to make the right decision on this play. It just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him.
There's another quick throw underneath. Got to find the open man. 3rd and 6 now. Only 4 yards here. Eric Estrella, the kicker for Cal, relevant in this situation. A touchdown.
Give the defense all the credit, recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion.
And there it is. 89. Hendricks, he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, Johnson, 89. 85 was it. And we're going to go for 2. I mean, you have that safety. This is smart. So you're down by 16. You got to get both of them. So if you don't get this one, you're still in the same position, basically. Empty backfield from the 3-yard line.
Here's the snap. Quarterback drops.
And he looks, throws. It's knocked away. So a 10-point game here still. Gonna have to score twice. With 2:41 left in the game. Turf Tech. How's Cal planning to do this?
They're hoping to get another turnover out of Buster Cherry and then do that quick score and then
do it again.
Yeah.
Look at the score on the bottom. Auburn opening up their football season with a loss at UMass. How the mighty have fallen. Let's take that one, John Cohen.
Yeah, UMass building that program up.
UMass might be a sneaky team for people to choose in the next game. They're going to have some talent on that team. I know their quarterback in real life is very speedy, so he could be very annoying to play against if you don't have the talent to counteract that.
Tony Sosa back in the Wildcat. This is another keeper. He finds the block, has one to beat. He beat him. He scored on this play already once today. He's at the 20, at the 10. It is a touchdown, Georgia Southern.
That's gonna just put the
nail
coffin. Yeah.
Sorry, Cal, but 2:30 left. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, but this should be near the top if you did it. 2.5 left in this game.
Well, you know what they say.
Gonna try to return it. Oh! Almost broke through. Got to the 20.
Well, if you want to go far, you got to go far. And Cal's got to go the length of this field at least 3 times.
Well, like you said, a turnover would be magical the next time they have to play defense. But, yeah, I mean, with 2:30 left here, 44-27, it's all but over, I think, for the Golden Bears. Valiant effort. You know, they showed some of what they're good at, as we're going to see some more of it here with more empty backfield from the Bears offensive coordinator. Tavares takes the snap. Stays in the pocket as he throws, but he's hit. Might have had a man, but the ball's going to fall flat onto the turf. Touch no hands.
Waka flocka, no hands.
If you took a step to the left, you would have had that lane to throw.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down.
3 receivers to the right this time from the middle of the field. Tavares safe in the pocket for now as he throws, finds a man, and it's overthrown. The receiver tried to stop for it, but a little too high.
Protect the lead late in the game. We know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far.
3rd and 10. And Tavares is sacked with a fumble, and Georgia Southern's going to come up with it, and they're going to dive across the goal line for, why not?
Mr.
50.
Let's not run up the score. Runs up the score, right?
Well, that's not exactly the same thing.
Right. Right.
That's a third-string lineman scoring there. What do you want him to do? He practices just as hard.
Do you want to earn it without working hard?
Do you expect to be rewarded for not working? That's the phrase you're looking for, Brent.
Yeah. All right, Buffy the kicker. Buffy the kickoff return killer.
The
There's a kickoff return.
Killer. So what they call him?
2 to the 20.
Buffy.
The only sack of the entire game for either team was that play. And it's a fumble and it's a touchdown for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate turn of events for
Also, their
Cal.
3rd takeaway.
Cal's offense back out on the field now.
Well, take your shots, Tavares. You got nothing else to lose. 2:09 left on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Oh, he got him. Hendricks on to the right. Tried to break one guy he had to beat, but he gets brought down at the 39. User took over that wide receiver and made that play.
Trying to get the football back. That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. The linebacker shifting around now.
The clock has stopped with 2-minute warnings. Tavares has a little bit more time to set things up. Protection. Throws in the middle. There it is again. Thought we had a pick, but Cal comes down with it. Boy, if they had some of this earlier in the game.
Set up to throw.
Throws again out to the outside. Hendricks. Oh, he's brought down at the 1-yard line. Doesn't quite get there. No huddle. They're going to run up to the line of scrimmage here. Minute 38 clock is moving. They do have all 3 of their timeouts should they want to use them.
Yeah,
sacked. They might need to use one here. I mean, are you trying or are you trying? If you're not trying.
I don't think you can. I think Big Slime would get mad and throw another touchdown pass. If you do.
There he throws. Hendricks again met, but he carries them for the score. Big play by Hendricks to make that touchdown happen for the Cal offense. Oh, Parker. Why do you call him Hendricks?
Going for 2 here.
I mean, why not?
I guess you're trying to, I guess technically this would be a 2-score game if you do get this.
There it is. That'll make up for the lost one before. They say, there are studies that say you should always go for 2. That the numbers say just go for 2. You can score more points. There's the kick for the onside, and Georgia Southern's going to come up with it.
Now, if I were Sauce watching this game, I'd say it's time for to calm down here.
Yeah, minute 18. I mean, they got all 3 of their timeouts. If they are down by 2 scores, so they're in their legitimate right to try to go for this. Empty net situation in Toronto as Florida's up 2-0, 2.5 left in that game.
Oh,
and there's the knee.
So sad. Real quick before we do get into interviews, did the Florida-Minnesota game ever go final?
Yeah, it is 34-27. Minnesota.
So this one is tucked
That's the final?
victory formation.
That is final from Minnesota.
Wow.
That's insane at Florida.
So a shocking upset pulled by the Gophers, a program-defining win. Congratulations to Butters and all the boys out there in the Midwest. Picola's going to have to look to rebound against me, actually. Thank you, Turf, for that. But yeah, so big win for Minnesota as that will propel. Well, I guess Georgia Southern was already sitting ahead of them in the polls, but that will propel a couple of teams up in these new rankings, I'm sure. So rough start for the Gators.
Top 3 this year.
Big 3 maybe, right?
Speaking of rough starts for Cal as they now lose this game officially. Buster Cherry's your player of the game despite those 2 interceptions, 5 touchdowns, 357 yards, a 56.3 completion percentage. I think a couple of guys could have been named player of the game for sure, like that guy, Thomas, number 23, or that guy, number 9, Wolf. There was 2 others maybe. Tony Sosa had a heck of a game. Paris had a good opener in his hometown. So, all right. I know that the coach for Cal, Mad Dog's not here at the moment. I don't know if you can get him in the party, but Sauce, tell us, give us a highlight of your game here. And it did look close for a little while there. So yeah.
Yeah, good game to Mad Dog. It was back and forth there for a bit. We just got a little sloppy there around half, early in the third. Just got a little sloppy. Just doing too much. Didn't stick to our brand of football, but we got it back late and got the running game going and got out of here with a win. And the backups got to play a little bit on defense, so that's always good.
Well, that's always good to get the experience for anybody on the team. It did look, like I said, look pretty close. Without Cal's turnovers, this could have a much different feel. Is there anything you're concerned about with your players or with your scheme?
I mean, without my turnovers, it would be different too. So
absolutely,
we just have to clean it up on our side. Didn't want to do too much, show too much, and this was early in the season. So I know we're gonna play some other guys later on, and we got some stuff tucked away for that.
Hail State, you got anything for a winner?
Not much. Just congratulations on the Week 1 victory. And do you have any comments about the result of the Florida-Minnesota game?
Man, wow, what outcome, right?
Yeah.
Turf Tech, you got any questions for the winner?
No, not really, except for, was Buster Cherry just pressing today? Seemed like he was taking a lot more deep shots than he usually does in their offense.
I think we had some good matchups that we were trying to exploit, and we did, but we also just got a little too loose with it and forced a few. Cal's defense made some good plays on those interceptions too, so defense showed up. Really haven't played him but once, so I knew he's been in the lab doing a lot. I know he's got some tape on me, so I know he put a lot into it, but maybe next time for him. That's my buddy though. That's my buddy though.
All right. Well, Mad Dog, I think it hasn't ended the party, so we'll have to assume he's heartbroken and dissatisfied with this result. So, we'll see you next time. I know I play Tulane, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. And we got some other action coming your way, so hit the like, subscribe. Yeah. Anything else?
Big slime.
All right. God bless. Take chances, y'all. Just like Buster Cherry.